What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Mauricio Shogun Rua and Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. This is a fight, the third time they've done it. It's a fight between former Pride FC fighters, veterans of the game, legends of the game. It's an exciting matchup, but also it's a nerve-wracking matchup because you see 44 years old for Nogueira, and he was brutally knocked out in his last fight. Shogun Rua has definitely looked a bit better, and that right away is a big telltale of the age difference. It's 6 years. That's significant. I know that Shogun Rua has been around for such a long time, but he was always a younger guy. So now being 38, I think he's got the edge here. I want to get into some notes though, even though we've seen them fight before, so we kind of know what to expect. But let's talk about Shogun. He's the younger fighter here still, as I mentioned, and he's performed so much better as of late. He's an elite-level striker and always has been. Former world champion, knockout win over Lyoto Machida, and a controversial decision loss to him. He's an elite fighter. Rogerio Nogueira, though, his UFC career has not been nearly as good as Mauricio Shogun Rua, but he does have a win over Sam Alvey fairly recently, and he also knocked out Patrick Cummins. Now, in his last fight, brutal knockout loss. It was rough. The person that he was taking on, I want to pull up the record, actually, of both these guys. I believe the last fight for Rua, it was definitely Paul Craig, and he ended up losing that fight. Or excuse me, he ended up drawing that fight. He could have possibly lost it. Who knows? It was a toss-up. And before that, Tyson Pedro. Now for Nogueira, his last fight was, Ryan Spann. I thought it was Spann, but it was on the tip of my tongue, and I couldn't remember. And before that, knockout win over Sam Alvey. But I don't think that Nogueira has it, man. I don't think he's got it anymore. I don't think Shogun is in his prime either by any means. But I just really lean towards Shogun Rua by knockout. I'm actually going to pick Shogun Rua to win this fight by first round knockout. I don't think the chin of Nogueira will hold up to a big shot of Shogun, and I think he'll definitely throw one. And now, who knows though? Maybe we see a knockout win for Nogueira. He lands a big one and shocks Shogun. But I don't know. It's a matchup between two older guys. It probably shouldn't be the co-main event. It probably shouldn't even be happening, but it is, and we're gonna watch it because it's a battle of legends. Probably their last fight for both of them. I wouldn't be surprised. Hopefully we get a good fight here. Maybe we get a back and forth brawl, and maybe they finish with a split decision or a draw, and they can retire in peace and finish all this. But I really lean towards a brutal knockout victory for Shogun Rua. Look at the betting odds. He's a moderate favorite to the slight underdog. I think it makes sense here. But we're going to find out. We'll see this fight. I'm excited to see it. You never really know what's going to happen. Their first fight, or excuse me, their second fight, which was in the UFC, it was competitive. Nogueira had Rua hurt several times, and obviously then Shogun Rua pulled it off. But we're gonna see. I'm leaning knockout though. I'm leaning knockout Shogun Rua first round. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm picking. I'm sticking with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.